I'm 60 years old now, and it took me more than 30 years of trial, pain, stubbornness, and hard lessons to understand what I'm about to share with you. These are not things I learned from a textbook. These are mistakes I lived through. And I want to be honest with you right from the start. If someone had tried to tell me these things years ago, I probably wouldn't have listened. I thought I knew better. I was convinced I had it figured out. That mindset alone cost me years of unnecessary suffering. So if you're listening to this right now, I hope you're open, truly open, because being receptive today can save you years of frustration, fatigue, and health problems tomorrow. I've been through serious health crises, real ones, and in a strange way, that's allowed me to deeply relate to the people I work with, because I've personally experienced almost every symptom they come in with: chronic fatigue, insomnia, joint pain, digestive issues, inflammation, brain fog. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but it gave me perspective. And looking back now, I can clearly see the biggest mistakes I made and what I should have done instead. For a long time, I believed the answer to my health problems was more supplements. I'm talking about massive amounts. At one point, I was taking close to 100 pills a day, not just basic vitamins, entire bottles of supplements. My wife and I would be driving somewhere and I'd suddenly say, let's stop at the health food store. Maybe they have something new that can help me. We'd walk out with bags full of products. I basically had a warehouse of vitamins at home. I was exhausted all the time. I couldn't sleep. My joints hurt. My energy was gone. And I was desperately trying to find the one vitamin that would finally fix me. I didn't want medication. I wanted something natural. That was my logic. What I didn't understand back then is that supplements don't work if the foundation is broken. They don't work if your diet is poor. And my diet, honestly, was terrible. I wasn't getting enough real nutrition. I was missing the core building blocks, protein, fats, and the right balance of carbohydrates. I was following a plant-based diet at the time, trying to get all my protein from plants. And it just didn't work for me. I was never satisfied. My body never felt repaired. My energy never stabilized. Protein isn't just fuel. Protein is structure. Your muscles, organs, enzymes, hormones, your body is largely made of protein. And without enough high-quality protein, the body can't repair itself properly. If I could go back in time, I would start my day with animal protein. Not sugar, not juice, not grains, protein. And I would get most of my energy from healthy fats, not carbohydrates. Carbs give short-term energy. Fats give stable, long-lasting fuel. That single change alone would have saved me years. Another huge mistake I made was chasing detoxes and cleanses. At the time, detoxing was incredibly popular. Colon cleanses, juice cleanses, herbal detox programs, gallbladder flushes. I did them all. What no one tells you is that when you flush out your gut, you don't just remove toxins, you remove beneficial bacteria, you lose the electrolytes, you stress the body, and in some cases, it can be genuinely dangerous. I did juice cleanses where I consumed almost nothing but apple juice, fiber, and supplements. And the irony is, if I had removed the sugar entirely, my body might have shifted into fat burning and I might have felt okay. But because there was just enough sugar to prevent ketosis, I stayed hungry, weak, and miserable the entire time. I even did the master cleans: lemon juice, maple syrup, cayenne pepper. I was constantly starving, irritable, and exhausted. And afterward, my digestion was worse than before. Then there were the herbal detoxes, powerful herbs designed to release toxins. Every time I did one, I'd end up sick in bed for 2 weeks with flu-like symptoms because my immune system was reacting to everything being released at once. One time, I attempted a gallbladder cleanse. I drank a massive amount of olive oil after swallowing a handful of beet pills. The oil literally solidified in my esophagus. I nearly choked. I thought I was going to die. And then I was instructed to lie on my right side for hours afterward. Looking back, it was reckless. All of that effort, all of that suffering, and none of it fixed the real problem. What I should have done was simple: eat properly, focus on real food, adequate protein, healthy fats, vegetables I could tolerate, some fermented foods, maybe a few targeted supplements. That's it. No extremes, no punishments. Another mistake I made was telling myself I'd eat healthy later. I said I'd do it after college. During college, I lived on carbohydrates and strong coffee. I was constantly exhausted. I struggled to focus. Studying felt like torture. I thought that was just normal. It wasn't normal. It was unstable blood sugar. If I had eaten properly back then, even something as simple as eggs or sardines, my brain would have functioned at an entirely different level. I would have learned faster, retained more, and suffered less. And when I finally graduated, did I change? No. I delayed again. Then I became vegan, thinking it was the healthiest option. Instead, my gut became inflamed, my health declined even faster, and I felt worse than ever until I eventually discovered a healthy version of low carb eating that finally turned everything around. The lesson is simple: don't wait. Health debt compounds. The longer you delay, the more interest you pay. There was also a period where I was obsessed with fixing my right shoulder pain. I went to chiropractors, massage therapists, physical therapists, everyone working on my shoulder. But the pain never fully went away. What I didn't realize is that right shoulder pain is often referred pain from the gallbladder and bile ducts. I also had constant tightness under my right rib cage. My bile was thick and sluggish, creating tension and inflammation that referred pain upward into my shoulder. I was treating the symptom, not the cause. That's a lesson that applies to so many health issues. The pain isn't always where the problem is. For years, I also dismissed intermittent fasting. I thought it was pointless. I couldn't see how doing nothing could help. Then I tried it, and everything changed. I realized how unnatural constant snacking really is. Every time you eat, insulin rises. When you eat all day long, especially carbs, you never give your body a break. You never allow fat burning. You never allow healing. Once I stopped snacking and reduced my meals, my weight dropped naturally. My face lost its puffiness. The swelling around my eyes disappeared. My energy stabilized. That hunger I thought I had was actually just blood sugar crashes. Most people aren't hungry. They're glucose dependent. Intermittent fasting teaches your body to move from one meal to the next without panic, without cravings, without constant thinking about food. I also made mistakes with fiber. I was obsessed with kale shakes. I believed more fiber was always better. And for a while, I got away with it. But eventually, it caused bloating and gut inflammation. Too much raw fiber overwhelms many people's digestive systems. And when you sweeten green shakes with fruit, you add sugar on top of it. Now, I keep vegetables moderate. I focus on what I tolerate. I include fermented foods. I don't overload my system. And finally, one of the biggest mistakes of all, I ignored magnesium. I was severely deficient for years. That deficiency contributed to kidney stones, muscle cramps, spasms, insomnia, fatigue, and tension. Magnesium controls calcium. Without it, calcium goes rogue, forming stones and causing excessive muscle contraction. We used to get magnesium from natural water sources. Modern water doesn't contain it, and most people are deficient without realizing it. Correcting that deficiency alone changed my sleep, my muscles, and my overall well-being. Looking back, these mistakes were painful, but they were powerful teachers. And now I follow a simple daily routine that keeps me feeling decades younger than I am. I've put that routine into a free checklist that you can download. It's the exact structure I use every day. And now that you understand the mistakes, the next step is understanding what to eat and how to support your body properly, because food is information, and the right information changes everything.